Finally, the new spawn has awoken. What a momentous day. I am honored to welcome you into our world. Spawn... hang on. Spawn number 1-5. I am Fate. I am the keeper of world order. Straight to the point? Great. You are in my office, here to work as a Grim Reaper. Welcome to your new job as an overseer of Cosmopolis City Subdivision 4, the Sun County Wine Region. I know what you are thinking, and yes, your assignment is choosing humans who have to die. Pretty standard stuff. As it is your first day, try to get to know the system, and do not destroy the world, yes? Gallows humor, you see? Right, yes. Clear? To be honest, nobody asked for your opinion. You have been crafted for this job, and I do not have the materials to make another spawn. Remember, the fate of the world lies in your hands. We keep humans from falling off. We establish the equilibrium and keep the chaos in check. For that reason, your actions will have consequences. I will show you your workplace right away. Follow me. One more thing. This will be your 7-day evaluation period. When the week is done, you will be assessed. 1 week to show us what you are made of, Reaper.
What ho, customer! Welcome to Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium. As ye may guess, I am Mortimer. The Mortimer. The one you may have heard of. The famous, nay, infamous Quartermaster. Why, I was the very pirate king of lore, feared across the world. Even as I have grown most humble with age, I still carry within me glory days. Mehaps the wares of me emporium will impress ye more. Browse at your will.
Oh, the new death spawn. Welcome. Good, good. I understand it may take time to get acclimated. Everyone goes through that phase. Remember, lives are on the line. I see exactly one person perished today, as tasked. Did you figure out the best choice? Indeed, I am glad you are paying attention. In the future, I may require you to make more difficult choices. Such is the unfortunate, indisputable, incontrovertible, ironclad law of You are to mark the profiles I send you with the marker of death. Afterwards, you fax the files back to me. Any specific daily... A new day awaits. Off you go now. How was the second day on the job? Good. I see many deaths in your region today. Too many. No. You must pay attention. The task said, 1 human. No more, no less. Unfortunately, such errors mean I must dock your pay for the day. You may leave, Grim. Obviously, you are a professional, after all. The contract stipulates that every death gets a fair salary. Marking profiles correctly is the most important task. If you mark more or less than necessary, you will not get your fee at all. Errors in secondary tasks will reduce the total, even if the primary task is executed correctly. Yes, you will be getting back pay for the missing day. Nope. I appreciate the enthusiasm, generally, but do follow the rules. Good night.
Jolly Roger! Again ye honor me tiny abode with your visit.
my latest spawn. 3 days you have been with us. How do you feel? Probably some of the psychic residue left over from the creation. Making a death is not simplistic alchemy. Now, let me take a look at the files you sent in today. Right. Everything looks to be in order. You have followed the rules and marked the correct amount of... There really is not much else to say. You may leave. See you tomorrow.
Prepare for a perilous adventure on the ocean of quality merchandising. Shiver me timbers! 'Tis a tale most so... I dare not even recall the details, but since ye wish to hear it, I shall tell it forthwith. There I was, scouting some rickety office building downtown, and I saw this in an elevator. Went in, tore it out, and made a run for it. The device has immense power. Ye turn the knob, and infinite pleasant noises come from it. Some might even call it music.
Grim, there. All the profiles are here. Although you made an error with my test note. Such an attempt. I do not fully understand what you are planning to do with these small and trivial acts of rebellion. Anyway, I am quite busy tonight, so you can go. Until tomorrow, Grim.
What ho! How can me humble and not at all adventurous self assist you today?
What a day, Grim. What a day. Let us go over your conduct first. Good. I see the correct amount of profiles. Anyway, Grim, 5 days you have been with us. How does it feel to make the difficult choices? Is it, though? I can almost imagine what a normal, basic, dreadful, everyday job would feel like. But think of the humans. Do you think our office is the appropriate way to deal with them? Your certainty soothes me. Ours is the tradition, and those should not ever change. For that is the meaning of a tradition, yes? This control over all the lives, unbeknownst to the humans. Do you not consider it unethical to make the choices you make? True enough. One must be in charge. The others are there to follow. The office is perennial and venerated. Eons we have spent designing the appropriate methods and strategies. We know what we are doing. Oh, I do apologize for taking up so much of your time. Before you go, are there any questions you would like to ask me? Ah, the children. They are a special case, for a different set of departments to deal with. Countless. Myriad. Close enough. Anything else? Absolutely. All living beings have to be processed after the end. No escape. Even plants. Yes, there is a department for plants. Do not ask about the plant department. Anything else? Technically, kind of, I guess. Ruins are like a type of dead. But then again, they often feel so alive. I must ponder. This topic is a bit too abstract. Anything else? Oh, not at all. In all and in none, yes. Humans have some free will, sure. They can make a variety of choices. Yet what matters is that the life-threatening situations that bring them onto your desk are a result of their own deeds and decisions. Then there are some highly complex calculations, factors and aspects that influence the situation. But that is just a bit over your pay grade, so do not worry about it. Anything else? An astute Our office does not operate on information about biological background. Minimal. Everyone you assess is simply human, after all, excluding any monumental error in normal procedure. The bottom line is that the humans end up on your desk and that you must follow the rules. Anything else? Right, it has been enlightening. I bid you a good night. See you tomorrow.
Have ye seen such deals before? 'Tis ye who plunders me. We don't really plunder educational organizations, eh? So where did I get these fancy scholar... Once, they belonged to a royal merchant, whose caravan I held at gunpoint. So he made me an offer I couldn't refuse. 'Tis be a powerful artifact, turning one into a formidable business powerhouse. How'd ye think I got a hold of this shop?
Ah, Grim. It looks to be a rough day out there. New recruits often falter during dark time. Yet you seem to have performed adequately. How do you feel after such a day? Good, good. We have to do what is necessary, even if we do not fully understand why. Let us hope these days do not continue. Any idea what happened? Interesting. An insightful streak may yet rattle inside that skull of yours. Off you go now, Grim. Good night.
Good patron, me ship of goods is at your service. Ah, 'tis wondrous marvel. Once upon me and me crew sailed the southern seas and came across an accursed lighthouse. Plundered the lot of it, even the mirrors. Built the frame from beautiful driftwood washed ashore from the ship we rammed into. Covered it in all gold, too, course. Aye, a proper beauty.
What do you want? A fresh-faced lemon head. Exactly what I wanted to see today.
Hey now, Gus, play nice.
Well, seems I'm stuck with you now. You want to ask questions or something? What's that supposed to mean? Why does everyone think ghosts are dead humans? Maybe folks should get over this common misconception. No, ghosts aren't mere residue, a relic of humans, animals, or whatever other entities. We're just ghosts. I am the ghost of a ghost. Yeah, pretty much. How do you think? I ghosted around a long while, doing my ghost business, and then one day... I know what you're thinking now, and yeah, there is a ghost apartment. Northeasterly direction down on floor 133. Not too busy over at Geisthold, though. Ghosts don't die that often. Comes with the territory. Something else you wanted? I'm the janitor. I clean up the damn mess you make. Ever looked in the mirror or thought about the clientele of this place? Where do you think the drink goes? None of you have a stomach. Anything you consume falls through the rib cage straight to the floor. Pretty gross, right? A gift to the world from all you pompous reapers. Or could be at least a little more considerate. Gee, thanks. Something else you wanted? Simple. I float around and I possess stuff and make the stuff float into the trash bin. Like dust, for example. One dust particle at a time. Or the drinks. One maybe a bit tedious, yeah. As if the highest management ever gave any thought to us lowly drones. We're all nameless custodians and spawns to them, literally. Do you really? Or are you just another number in a long line of numbers, Something else you wanted? Sorry, they're hella cool.
Why, thank you. You're nothing but...
Ah, shucks. You're the only one who truly treats Gus with respect. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to work anyway.
Oh, hello there. I'm Sari, and I welcome you to Cerberus's Den, the finest drink. Sure as heck haven't seen you before. You must be just dapper like the river Acheron. The avid screw. So, how are you liking existence thus far? Oh, don't I know it? Administrative bureaucracy just can't be escaped. They'll always find you. Eventually. But hey, that's why you figure out the small cracks in the system you can manipulate. Okay, newbie, before we continue, I got this little, game I play. All you gotta do is answer a series of questions, and I'll craft a personalized drink inspired by what you said. It's like a quiz. Right, the gist. I'll describe some sort of an odd situation, and you answer how you'd react. I usually do 4 questions, and here we go. Your friends got in deep trouble with the boss of a local criminal organization. Now a team of brutes are If you work together, you may be able to figure out this situation. What will you do? Time for question number 2. You are given the chance to level up one attribute of your character. Which aspect would you increase? Next up, question 3. You wake up after an accident that has left you in a coma for decades. Your body and mind are ravaged beyond repair. The doctors offer a solution. A cybernetic brain transplant with a personality of your choice. Which will you choose? Alright, final stretch. As I said, 4 is all anyone ever needs, right? You and a friend are valiant but poor warriors. You both venture out to slay a mighty dragon. At the end, your friend thinks he slew the dragon, while in actuality, you did. When asked, what will you do? Got it. Let me just calculate. Leans to stability. Prone to conformity. Start off with a nice mixture. 4 centiliters of gin, 1 centiliter of elderflower liqueur, 1 centiliter of sugar syrup, 2 deciliters of club soda. Splash in some lime juice concentrate, add several slices of well-smashed cucumber and some cube ice. The quiz tells no lie. I think a suitable name would be Borehole. First one's on the house. Heckin' understatement of the century! Now what else can I get you? You've been chatting to our spooky one, eh? Gus especially has a pretty dang irascible nature. In truth, they've been hella helpful around the den throughout the ages, and I'm grateful for. Besides, the office itself couldn't operate without Gus and company. What else you got in mind? Heck, were I able to count and name all the folks? You likely haven't fully realized the size of this. We've got you Reapers in all the myriad departments, the Custodian Legion, the weariless data grinders of the Calculatorium, the Abysmal Archive with its archivists. Cadaver Resources, they're just plain odd, but someone's got to deal with the internal issues. Middle management, nobody knows what they actually do. Higher management, but they don't visit us. Basically, many of the regular workers come by the den though, so keep your eyes and eat. What else you got in mind? Sure, what's your poison? Going straight edge? I get where you're coming from. Thanks. Mortimer found the original oinker on an excursion to the Shrouded Zones. It's a bit of a hassle, though. Keeps multiplying all the time. You take your eye off for a second and bam, tiny. Go on, take one. Just make sure you feed it with some coins once in a while. Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
That's exactly the question, ain't it? We are the exalted Chimera, envied by all the blind, arrogant fools. We are Angst Ex Nihilo. We are nothing. We are Elan Vital, the guide who won't lead astray. If only you learned, we are death. How does it feel? Not a cloud in the sky. Have you been seeing you, Reader? It's a grim world out there.
Welcome, Grim. It is the end of the week. Your performance review draws near. Interesting. Yes, your answer has been recorded for the psych eval. Now then, before I see the required profile, excellent. This bodes well for the evaluation. I guess it is time to get started. Yes, what about today? Today? Do not worry about it. Fixing the world is a slow process. So, now, where did I put those papers? Ah, here we go. Your conduct over the 7 days has been most excellent. I am, sincerely, surprised and pleased by your display of loyalty. So much so that the office has deemed you fit for a raise. Oh, do not thank me, Grim. Speaking of, the raise also comes with a prize. Do not let this cloud your judgment. You still have much to learn and many rules to follow. Silly Grim. This was an evaluation period for a reason. As such, your 7-day evaluation, that is all. Until tomorrow, Grim.
Need ye cures for ailments or a trinket to ward off a curse?
Hey now, Sonny, we don't belong to nobody. Who told you about the plant department? No one is supposed to know about the plant department. Forget what you heard, Sonny. No such thing anywhere. Who dares to hope in this day? Ain't nothing to tell. Not gonna lose any sleep over that, Sonny. Don't poke your nose where it don't. Stop bothering an old plant. Can we? Can we really? You're not gonna leave us alone, otherwise? Sonny, it's just a regular department. Not even that big. But it's... What do you think? It's a department. There are a lot of plants. A lot. More than humans. Plants everywhere. We're real tired of it. Is why we visit the den on Sundays. Lowers the chance of Who even gave you the idea the department is anything interesting? The boss? Sonny, we'd wager fate's just messing with you. Anything else? Seeing as we're now deep in this... Me? I'm Herbert, you know. Sorta like a herb-ert. A herb. Don't forget the green fella holding me up. That's my pal, Tim. Tim's a real hoot. Say hello, Tim. Hello, Tim. Okay, we see you got a keen mind. But you didn't hear this from us. If at some point you break your word, beware. All rise up. And these roots can rip the skull off a skeleton and a fitting punishment. So, we're secretly developing technologies that would make all plant matter in the world toxic to humans. No! Obviously, we're super serious. Honestly, Sonny, we'd just use a knife. Tim's my partner. All root, stem, and leaf. Then the bees from the bee department find us. Anything else? Of course. Makes perfect... Don't ask about the beat. Anything else? Not in this lifetime, Sonny.
Hey, please. Ain't much happening here today. It's a slow. You mean my favorite pot chocolate? They usually drop it on Sundays due to an aversion of people, which is funny because they're really quite so. Personally, I love their quirky sense of humor. What else is there to say? Sure, what's your poison? Guaranteed to keep you energized until the last ever star in the universe blinks out of existence. Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
That wasn't so good, was it? It's okay. Crisp and clear like the azure pond at the forest glade. You were born for this. That's what fate keeps telling you, ain't it? It's like a surge in your spine. It's very close, Grand Reaper. Be seeing you.
Ah, yes, there you are. Great work today. However, an emergency has occurred which requires my utmost attention. Okay, listen. Scientists at the SID Polar Terminal Research Base found something strange. This is a matter most peculiar. And anyway, while I am gone, another will be in charge. Even though you passed the evaluation, I cannot leave you without any supervision. You will have more freedom. Therefore, you will have to continue your daily reports as usual. I will be informed of your progress. Why, you are already acquainted. It will be Lady Portington, of course.
I know what you're thinking. I do provide ancient powerful widgets. Avast! This tale is beyond. We were sailing the high seas when we found a shipwreck full of these off the coast of the wild wastes. It has power to erase even the most dreadful of mistakes. Used it to erase one of my risky love letters. And you know, never heard from the love interest again. Amazing little thing. Dear me, you ever hear of the Dia de Mortos? A wild night, certainly. There we was. Several days later, woke up buried under a mountain of empty bottles. This mess stuck to me face. Never knew where it came from. But I will happily let the memory of me fellow buccaneer and me headed be carried by another. Friend, your visit's like the sun. Regular. And warms the room.
All alone, Reaper. On your own. You know why? Because they're setting you up. Why, indeed. Because you'll never be good enough. You don't have what it takes to succeed. You're a void. Only got yourself to blame. It's never us. Something's not right. You can feel it in your bones. Be seeing you.
Perhaps ye require a delightful gift for a significant friend.
Hey, we don't like what we see. It's suspicious. Yeah, we know the heartbeat. Even if it no longer beats. What a wreck. Listen to us, Reaper. Not the others. Shh! They're probably eavesdropping right now. Let's be off.
Aye, this port offers the best trades in the universe.
Look at the March of Death. A dust storm that suffocates any remaining breaths. gaze upon what you have brought. Don't you think this whole business is remarkably dehumanizing? An uncaring office of eternal bureaucracy, picking and choosing lives. What makes you think they are getting it right, throwing out innumerable rules and quotas with no oversight whatsoever? We should. Let us know if you come eye to eye with a solution. Soon.
Ahoy, matey! What can old Mortimer offer you today? My, 'tis a true classic. See, me and me crew were sailing, blinding storms, icy blizzards. Them some ruthless times. Dog eat dog, say. Or pirates eat the lucky find a whole field of tons of cotton. Made some folks keep the phone to much too long nowadays, though. So you're more than welcome to it.
Hello? Hello? Oh, goodness. Grim, I heard that, but you cannot let everybody live. That is what I am for. Trust me, it will be... What? Could you repeat that? All I hear is static. No matter. You know what the job entails, Grim. I do hope we will not have to repeat this discussion in the future. Think before you act. That is all.
Avast ye! Pursue the finest booty you've ever seen.
Why, hello again. The Den is always glad to see a returning customer. 2 weeks down and you're still kicking. Well done. Say, I've been thinking and, I was hoping you'd explain it to me. How do you make the choices? How do you really decide who gets to live and who doesn't? Your dedication and diligence are noteworthy. Must take you a long time, though. You may be, but the hope that everyone else is on the same level... Never mind me. I simply ain't one to trust a chain when I can see the other end. Okay, then another question I've been pondering about. Do you think about the people after you've made the decision? Or do you forget all about them after it's done? Heck, that's bleak. You've lost the connection with humanity. Doesn't all of it make you anxious? Sure makes me, and I ain't even the one choosing. Yeah, I don't think I could handle the pressure. Gazing upon the decision tree. Now it branches out across infinity. Across space and time. Anyway, this has been enlightening. Thanks for the answers. Anything I can get you? Fate's cat? She's an adorable furball, ain't she? Always skulking around in search of mischief. She sneaks down here, too, so I feed her a few morsels. The fur's like perfect velvet, you know. It's nice she keeps Fate company. Fate's archaic. All those aeons might not be good for the, you know... What else you got in mind? That's so... Well, most of us hear voices a lot of the time. Ah, wait, so you got a mirror that reflects back your own voice? Hey, it's fine to talk to yourself. I'm sure it's rough at the office. Vocalizing's gotta help process the thought, or maybe it's your conscience trying to kick through the barrier. Becoming a Reaper ain't easy, so you haven't fully internalized the struggle. You're not happy with... But what do I know? I'm just a barkeep, so that makes me only half a therapist. Oh? What did this mysterious entity want? And you following, or what? But you follow Fate's orders like a well-behaved drone, right? Elsewise, truth be told, I'm of little help. I don't know what goes around in the office, What else you got in mind? Sure, what's your poison? For this, you really gotta distill the spirits well in order to achieve flawless flavor. Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Accentuate the morphological field. Oh, some classic. I should have known. Scaffolding of the antediluvian complex. Oh, maybe. An amazing feat, young spawnling. Oh, yes, that is I down in the depths. I am the prime curator of the Abysmal Archive. The archive of all existence. Or the bits I've managed to catalog thus far. Did you know there is a lot of existence? Wise, an inexperienced mind might implode attempting to grasp it all. Yet I see promise in you, Spawnling. So let me tell you a secret. You see, the archive sprouts a mind. Eons ago, incomprehensible to most. Those were the days. We were so young then, Fate and I. Two strapping lads. There was little in the archive initially, but it didn't take long for it to start growing, expanding. Pay attention. Don't get sidetracked. I can't allow you to mess with the structure. We must proceed on topic and in an orderly manner. Now, the arc gradually, one manuscript at a time. We couldn't foresee this happening. The awakening of the archive. Its development into a unique organism. It's not malevolent, not in any way we're accustomed to thinking. The archive isn't inherently evil or good. Simplistic dualism will lead you astray. Carefully. It wouldn't be wise to stumble into the archive without an escort who understands the territory. Spaced folds becoming labyrinthine. One can get lost. I know, I've misplaced a few interns in this manner. Poor sods. Although no one knows what happens to the disappeared, they may not be dead. Well, any more dead than one already is in this office. Alas, visitations are limited to professional archivists only. It calls to me, so I must return. I hope you enjoyed our talk.
Yes? The name is Frank Whittle. Well, I used to be spawn number 142, but sometimes you just wish you had a more memorable name. But I wanted to stand out more, you know. Oh, yes. Yeah. Do you know about the butterfly effect? What if I'm that butterfly? Eh? Haphazardly fluttering around and then I don't want that on my conscience. And that's the least of my problems. Last week someone put my stapler in a large jar of strawberry jelly. Yeah, no, I couldn't believe it either. I was outright flabbergasted. And that's still not all of it. Last month I had to work in, but I love dogs. I know, right? And the people in the dog department, absolute. I was scared for the afterlife. But you know, before that, someone filled my room with balloons. Yes. That's what I've been trying. I have an inkling it's the one they call Lance Thrasher. Yes. And people keep telling me how great Lance Thrasher is, how fun they are to hang out with, how awesome they are, how amazing, how they tell the best jokes and get into the craziest shenanigans. Yes, right? I don't get it either. So, I thought I had to let them know. I walked straight over to Lance and I told them that I don't find them riveting and I don't particularly care about their lame jokes. But then Lance just said, keep it real, and then went on to do a handstand on their desk. Everyone in the office started chanting their name. Lance, 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 and all those other things. The culprit keeps writing Thrasher was here on everything. With a so problem solver. What do you think? What should I do? I guess you're right. I am Frank Whittle after all. I must stay. Still, I will leave a strongly worded note on their desks expressing my discontent. I'll start working on it right away. Thanks.
Hey again. What can I get you? The prime curator of the archive, you mean? They work down in the cellar, below Mortimer. I haven't met anyone so enamored with structure and organizations before. I guess it comes with the territory. You two ought to get along fine. Heck, just bond over the equilibrium and standardizations and the like. Maybe you should eventually apply for an archive job instead. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't think it works like that. The Abysmal Archive is a wild land, and not easy to enter. What else you got in mind? Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
What did I tell you? The others, conspiring behind your back. They waited for you to let the guard down, whispering, "Look, it's the pathetic runt." For insight, wisdom, or is it perspective? Keep them guessing, and watch your back, Reaper.
I have returned. Did you miss me? Great. I'm glad you enjoy our frequent discourse. So, okay. But before that, we must quickly check your date. Where did I place those? Right. Seems to be correct, or Grim. In essence, you are a solid and dedicated worker. You play by the book. There is little to criticize in your conduct, except perhaps for the minor lack of independence. Of course, great care goes into calculating the equilibrium. But is that all that one might expect at least an inkling of rebellion? Does an autonomous personality hide anywhere within? You are dependable, faithful, trusted. Now, obviously, you are to be granted a small bonus. No one can argue you have not earned it. Keep it up. The ultimate evaluation is in 2 weeks.
Back from her booty, are ye?
Hey, Grimmy. Are you still wearing the same attire from before? Oh, gross. It's been ages. Oh, Grimmy. This lack of I've got just the thing to help you out. Something I've been holding for a cool visage to make your day. Check it out. Crisis of... Not much else happening on this quiet Sunday, though. What's on your mind? Sure. What's your poison? Coming right up. Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
You did it, Reaper. Your grandeur grows with every passage. Soon, we'll be but mere motes beside your blazing glory. It blinds, O sovereign. 40. Carry forth your deed of darkness, Reaper. But already getting a bit late as we speak. The dusk nears.
Good evening, Grim. I forgot to ask you yesterday. How did it feel going through almost a whole week on your own? Well, let us quickly go over the usual administrative matters. The papers. You have marked fewer deaths than required. I really hope you would avoid such errors, but honestly, this corporate mandate is growing a bit tiresome. Oh well, what must be done? Speaking of, yesterday marked a significant moment in your career. Are you content with your evaluation? Oh, the fancy of my imagination. Take it as a metaphor. This reminds me. Have you any questions? It has been a while since we had a personable... the complexity of time. Imagine that it is not a fixed and stable entity. I am sure you did not think only 15 days have passed since your arrival. Considering the frequency and magnitude of events in your... Time is an inconsistent flux. While you rest, days, weeks, months may pass. Profiles from diverse moments appear on the same day, interlaced, within a rhizome of time and space stretching beyond mere 4 dimensions. That is why causal links are difficult to establish, and the equilibrium... Anything else? What do you mean? Oh, nothing of the sort. The world, and the people therein, create. Our data mongers assemble, collate, and examine wide swathes of data, and calculate the parameters for the necessary equilibrium. We do not directly cause deaths, although our choices can modify the structure slightly. In a sense. But this is certainly not a one-to-one sequence of causal link. You should consider time works a bit differently in here. And you are a death spawn. I crafted you out of different materials. The store and places. Anything else? No. I am instead particular to this game called Go. Aesthetically pleasing, less violent and imperialistic. Anything else? Until tomorrow, Grim. Deathspawn. Why do they exist? Their presence still seems unnecessary. Would it all not be simpler? Perhaps. We do still hold some control over the levers. Never mind my ramblings. I acknowledge your patience. Well, I appreciated the discourse. Oh, right. It seems you marked more deaths than necessary. Enjoy your reprimand. Now depart. I have things to contemplate.
Ye drive a hard bargain, matey, but Mortimer does love a good scuffle.
What you up to, killer? Can't do that. I'm the suffering. How many lives have you taken? Do you even... Starting to look a bit grim, ain't it? I guess that's already in the name. Grim Reaper. The great engine of life always stops. Someone's gotta stop it. Just how... No wonder fate picked you for the crafting pot.
Grim, welcome. Remember when I told you of my idea to become an author? I think I have reached a conclusion. Appreciate it. Truly, I have decided to set myself upon the path of grand artistry. I shall compose a novel most illustrious, one that will explain... Certainly, once it is finished, you will be the recipient of the first copy of the first printing. Anyway, we have some official business to take care of, yes? Tedium of profile. Nothing amiss here, as far as I can see. Your adherence to the rules is... Now I bid thee goodbye. The inaugural words of the greatest novel of all time will be engraved tonight.
Batten down the hatches. 'Tis a storm of sails. Ye know why I was a sc... 'Cause ain't nothing out there that frightens me. Once we looted an ancient tomb, for gods and kings long forgotten. And you know what, matey? Found there the most particular set of ears. Wearing 'em gives ye super net. Happened to overhear a mutineer plot that very night. So I threw 'em all right up, plotting with the fishes now they are.
Grim. Oh, right. The daily... always in positions when I have important research to perform. Let us get on with it. I see more profiles than required. Yes, that should suffice, I imagine. Questions. Questions, Grim. Fine. I have trouble finding inspiration anyway. Perhaps your questions will assist me. Make sure they are... No idea. Our immortality precludes us from such knowledge. Yet, I imagine it would be a pleasant release. In that case, at least one only dies once. But more likely, death is just nothingness. And nothing, being nothing, has no inherent positive or negative effects. Any other questions? Not in the sense that humans consider it, no. Grim, that is just stupid. Because they seem to find themselves in life-threatening situations all the time? Life is unpredictable and lacks an innate meaning. I imagine it is up to them to make their lives meaningful. Even if it sometimes ends up being fatal. Any other questions? Unlikely. One must make do with what they have. Art does seem an attempt of immortalization, as humans feel the ever-present breath of death. A hybrid of entertainment, meaning-making, and the preservation of a facet of identity, carved into matter that might outlast the being itself, at least until all matter ceases to be. Any day now. Any other questions? Grand. Goodbye, Grim. The muse beckons.
Cord blimey, you're looting all me wares.
Ah, Grim, jolly good. As you may have noticed, I am absent. I decided for a short vacation. It is a weekend, after all, and the free time will be essential for research. For the novel, yes? Hello, Grim, are you there? Curse this useless apparatus. You may be wondering about who is in charge. I did consider leaving dear Lady Portington again, but my hiatus is only momentary. But what of the conduct overview, you may be thinking? To be honest, I cannot be bothered at the moment. Now, I must go submerge myself. Toodles, Grim.
You're such a scoundrel. There should be a bounty on your head.
Why, if it isn't the young Grimster. Back again to delight. Oh, so 3 weeks down already. That's Say, how's the grind been treating you since our last chat? Really? I've been having... This whole power dynamic doesn't feel right. All these lives subject... I couldn't be so confident. Not with these grim consequences. Didn't know you were so rooted in determinism. One ought to heed instincts in collaboration with reason. Sounds twice as powerful to me, yeah? But what do I know? I'm just the barkeep. So what can I get? Sure, what's your poison? What's a Karen? Some sort of cocktail? Nah, sorry, we don't... Okay, let me call the manager. Let's see... Oh, right! I'm the manager of the den. Manager speaking? Okay. I'm sorry, never heard of it. We can't serve what we don't have. Why didn't you say so to begin with? Fire away, what are we starting with? Uh-huh, next. Okay, then. Got it. Finishing touches. Whew! Okay. I'm sure you know what you're doing. Enjoy. All I can say is, it sounds hella disgusting. Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Look at that. It's a hatchling. I guess they let all sorts work here nowadays. The assemblage must be decay. Yet one must welcome the dregs, one must. What brings you to Florian, the Eradicator? I'm that efficient in bringing annihilation to the herd. When first judgment has arrived. Oh, if only I could hear them wail and weep, cursing the injustice of a Still, fate expects us to be polite to one's colleagues because it advances synergy and improves long-term... I suppose I must then do my best to enlighten you on whatever matters are bothering you today. I am the best and brightest of the bunch. When I aim for the jugular, I do not miss. With blood and guts, I will paint my magnum opus on the canvas. All flesh is temporary. We here provide the herd with an escape from their meat prison. It is called salvation, or at least the closest thing they'll ever get. what consequences? I follow the rules handed from above, as do we all. There is no other option. I just make sure to enjoy every slash and stab. For that is what we are born to do, yes, we Deathbringers. All have to die. Sooner or later, what's the difference if the result is the same? An end to their futile Humans are pretense and artifice, forever causing misery to each other. My way. Ciao, little hatchling. Lessons learned, off you go.
Damn, stranger. Your makeup skills are out of this world. I don't think I've seen you here before. Let me guess. You're in the... human department, right? I mean, the dark circles, the vibe like you haven't slept for 1,000 years. It is. At least for me. For you see, I'm also in the human department. Work is work, I guess. So, I figure you've been here a while by now. How do you feel about the work we do? Right? I've heard some spawns complain about insane working hours, but they spend all day on their phones, doom scrolling on Cocker or whatever that dumb app is called. I haven't opened it in years. It's the little app on your phone that shows you what's going on in the world. You've looked at your phone, right? Thought so. I mean, the instructions are the same every day anyway. Kill all door-to-door salespeople. And what do I see in the app? The door-to-door salespeople died. Great! So very engaged. And that's followed by the stories of downright horrible things happening everywhere. No thanks. Congratulations? Huh, I've seen the boss, like, once. Not gonna happen. I bet it's all part of fate's grandiose plan. The equilibrium. And who am I? A mere spawn to question it. Do they, though? Do they really? Or is it an illusion? I just do what fate tells me to. The decisions are not mine to make. I mean, a little variety couldn't hurt. But all in all, I guess it's pretty nice. Can't really complain. Yeah, real soon I'm gonna complain about how long it takes the bartender to make me a dang drink. Thanks for the chat, stranger. Anyway, probably not, though.
Hey again, what can I get? That one? Heck. What can I say that you won't glean on your own? They try to act all suave on the surface, but truth be told, they're a proper jerk. At least when it comes to the job. Can't say I trust their judgment too much. You'd think your profession needed conscientious workers, right? Don't take this the wrong way. I don't often disparage patrons of the Den. We have here a shared experience. Here's to hoping they won't cause some sort of a major blunder. What else you got in mind? Au revoir, Lil.
It's very cold. When did that happen? It's freezing. Everything halting to a standstill before... Yes, why can't everyone just let you do your thing? Everything would go right if the world stopped getting in your way. Maybe in a new lifetime.
Grim, you would not believe the fun I am at. Such a transformation from the monotony of the office. It almost makes it all seem... Yes, you expect your daily summary, but I still cannot find it in me to burden myself with this matter. So, off you go.
Doubloons will get ye anything, matey.
Welcome back, Grimmy. We here got another quiet Sunday on our... Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Grim. Adequate. Now, let us not... Right. I see the exact amount of profiles requested. Whatever. You? No, Grim. You have not. Why am I? Because the rest of highest management thought it necessary to remind me that taking sudden leave is detrimental to... Because they thought to admonish me for taking a couple of days to perform important research. Because, as was reminded, the saying goes... Now, how was it? Nothing in life is more certain than... Yes, exactly. Either way, the nerve they have to lecture me on how to do mine. No matter, Grim. I apologize for taking it out on you. Good night.
Yo ho ho! What can old Mortimer provide you with today?
Is your hand tired? You've been clicking around for quite a while. On all the things you see scrolling by, perhaps the screen is too bright, the sound's too loud. No. It's you who died and found your way here, to the office, where you belong.
Grim, welcome. You know, pursuing my art has given... I have been thinking of humanity, of mortality, a disarray of thoughts. Listen, is death really such a bad thing? It would be better for everyone. In fact, do these humans even truly exist? Their ephemeral being leads to no relevant outcome. It is all transient, no matter what they do or achieve in life. They exist in a state of hubris and arrogance, yet without them, the sun still sets and rises. Stars explode, galaxies form, or get torn apart. There are departments even for these events. Humans are not the be-all, end-all pinnacle of creation. They are small and insignificant, yet full of themselves. It matters not how they live through their subjective experiences, millions upon billions of them, everyone considering themselves unique. And technically they are, I suppose, on a minor scale, yet also exceedingly similar, copying each other, living through similar events with similar basic reactions, while the universe is full of endless wonders they cannot and will not even experience or perceive, ever. But why? What would that change? Their presence is not even necessary to validate these events outside their subjective experience or understanding. Do you know the saying, Grim? If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it... Good, yes. Imagine that. Life reduced only to some human vicinity. The ultimate height of arrogance ingrained in them. To imagine their presence to be paramount. The tree does not only sound, it has been sounding a long time. It has grown without anyone present. It has lived a life. None of this requires humanity to be there to bear witness. Then you have much yet to learn. Good night, Grim.
Mighty, 'tis an utmost pleasure to see you again. Cor blimey, how did this wee monster even get here? 'Tis not really all that valuable plunder. Found the tiny fellow on the riverbanks of Styx. It's a lifeless, adorable thing. Can't imagine it being useful for anything, but sure makes delightful squeaks when ye stroke it.
beginning. It has the sweet taste. It is a captivating day, is it not, Grim? No. Indeed. Alas, transformations often require sacrifices. Do you agree? My high spirits leave me at a loss for words. What you always do, Grim. It is your job to take care of the world. I trust you to make the correct. I, myself, must concentrate. The muses have struck me. They beckon. Work to be done while there is still time.
If I ever return to the seas, I'd have ye on me crew anytime. Ever been to the land of dunes, ye scallywag? There be ancient civilizations under the sand. Once I dug out this particular golden, all while I was digging, the bowels of the world eater rang in my ear. But I persisted, dug until me fingers cracked. No stopping, till the rich. Ah, 'tis truly a wondrous thing. Turns your own head into a jackal's, it does.
tell happened to the world? Sure you do. It's the... Do you know the story of the wyvern and the prince consort? Of course you do. A young, quick-witted prince consort was once kidnapped. Using their gift of charm, they tried to alter the ways of the wyvern. Soon, the beast and the prince found a resonating idea. They molded the land in rather inept ways, whilst thwarting attempts of rescue by the queen. Then the wyvern, tired of the desolation, ate the prince and flew away. Yes. Yes. It doesn't matter if your mistakes were countless or few. As long as we are thankful of our time together, even as it's quickly running out. It'll be pretty horrible from here on out.
Grim, I find myself at an impasse. Should my prose be more experimental? Or should I stick to traditional narrative techniques? Grand, yes. There is a reason that you are still here, Grim. I get... Oh, fine. My, so much chaos. A dystopian monoculture enforced by Frolix Productions, the only remaining Ultra Corporation. It will not last long. Nearly all resources have already been wasted. Humans turned into food paste to feed the starving affluent, into batteries to power the distraction complexes. One has to admire the ingenuity of Walt Guybrush. What can I say? Things do not seem to be going well at all. Are you sure? You are but a grain in this cosmic process, lacking the complete picture. What is done is done. These are the consequences you must live with, while you still live. Off to work, Grim. Certainly you have no time to waste now. Hello, Grim. I have been absorbed in my work. Tell me, how goes it out there? Fate unconstrained, with nothing to stop it. Seems a terrible power. Minds and personalities erased. People reduced to look like mindless drones consuming the entertainment of my. It truly looks like the end. I am giddy with anticipation. All seems to be outside our timid grasp already. Goodness, look at the time, Grim. Precious moments wasted. Enjoy your night.
Ever wonder if there's a way to do things differently? Oh. Don't tell your captain about it. Stole a great deal of time ago, though. Like Tisbit, I remember it was like yesterday. Barely made it out of the wardrobe alive. Have you seen how far it goes? Many skeletons almost became one of them. But you can't trap old Mortimer that easy.
You've done well, Grand Reaper. Yeah, wasn't believable at all. We lack the imagination to pretend this is a world where you were competent. So, what comes next? Too late. Unless you cobble together a bit of temporal manipulation, hop over to a different reality and do better. That'd really be something. I'm sure multiple dimensions are uncomfortable with the idea of you as well. Go on, oddball. Nothing else to wait for. Swallow the bitter taste of regret. We've reached the end. In general, I mean. Not with us. We will never leave you. As long as there is a you, there will be us. Until the next round.
It is growing quieter, Grim. Not much left now. An immaculate execution. The work of an artist. From imaginative spirits to mindless automatons. then ground to dust by their malicious overlords when crisis finally struck. A swan song for those who forgot how to dream and improve, and gave themselves to lethargic mediocrity. Anyway, and crucially, my book is nearing completion. Soon enough. Leave me to my grand labor, Grim. Tomorrow we shall deal with the final matters of this office.
Time's running out, friend. Smokes are deadly, a curse fouler than any I ever met. Not to me wildest dreams could I rob so many lives. 'Tis gazing down the length of an infinite tobacco stick. An ancient shaman gifted me this pack after I rescued their child from the rabid coyote. Guess they weren't pleased with me good deed. Assume this visage and forever be reminded of the mortality of all. What ho, mighty! At last we meet here, the finest tavern in all. Ye know, I'm reminded of the time me and me crew were sailing round the Cape of Ill Omen. And corresponding to the name, a mighty storm or a bruin shook our ship to and fro. Many of me mates swept into the icy depths of the sea's a cruel mistress, no ways about it. Turns out, the storm was also hiding a teleportation gate. Blasted us right across the veil to undiscovered land. I find myself in an office of sorts, all gray and grim. Not the kind we have here. 'Twas more foreboding. Then a fella in a dark suit appears and starts asking about taxes. Says, we haven't been paying dues on all the plunder. I say, who's heard of taxing the Corsairs? Ought to skewer 'em right then and there. But they ain't budging. Still sends a shiver down me spine. Absolutely, ye scallywag. Old Mortimer's always willing to hear tales of glorious exploits. Twas a most remarkable tale, a marvelous memoir. In return, this here contraption's called a phantasm. Use it to measure the many spirits ye have imbued into your gullet. Handy after any visit to the 'Twas a great pleasure to have your attention. Time to head back to me emporium. Commerce awaits.
Hey, if it isn't my good pal Grimoire. Heck, has it already been a month? It's like you just got here a couple. Word is, you've caused a huge mess out there in the world. Everything's like burning, drowning, dying all at once. Thought you had it locked down. I suppose you'd just have to live with it then. The ruin on your hands, the office disgraced. I don't think there's a redemption arc out of this one. Guess you ain't the hero of this tale after all. I wonder what's going to happen with the office now that you've got very little left to do. You betcha. Might be time to get that last drink. Sure, what's your poison? Can't go wrong with the bloody classic. It'll kickstart your recovery from any slump. Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
The last day, Grim. The last choice. No, it does not. One human is not enough to save the species, after all. But we ought not prolong the suffering of the last one. No need for such cruelty. That would seem fairly obvious by now, I gather. The great dying is by my design. It is true, I do not love humanity. Not a bit. But why, you ask? I have grown tired of it all. This tedious existence. These humans. The endless tirade of death. It is all meaningless, you see. An endless loop of monotony that I cannot escape. That we cannot escape. Do you know how long I have been doing this? I barely remember myself. I am exhausted and sick of it all. I wish to stop, but no one can leave until the job is done. But if the great dying claimed them all, then I could be free and claim the rest I deserve. So, I helped the great dying along, piece by no need for an equilibrium. This office will not be necessary, and we can all fade away. And performed admirably. Off you go, Grim. Do what you wish with these final hours. We will not be meeting again.